Okay, let's have a look at this question where we've got to find the equation of the line that is parallel to y equals 2 over 3x plus 1 and passes through 3, 4, 3 and 4. So if I was to do this really carefully, and this part you don't have to actually write down because I'm just explaining the context. There is a line that is y equals 2/3 of x plus 1. How does that actually look like? Well, the y-intercept here is 1, which means on the y-axis, I'm going to plot 1. And because the gradient is 2/3, okay, 2 is our rise, 3 is our run. Basically meaning I go and rise by 2, which goes up by 2, and run by 3, and I do that from where the y-intercept is. So that means my other point is somewhere here. I connect it together, and I get this straight line. This straight line is the equation y equals 2/3 of x plus 1. They said that there is another line that it passes through this line, I'm sorry, this point, which is 3, -4, so 3 to the right, 4 down. Okay, there we go. And it's parallel to this, which means that it's traveling exactly the same direction. Okay, so here's on the line with exact same gradients, and I'm trying to find the equation of this line here. So y would equal to mx plus b, but if it has the same gradient due to the fact that it's parallel, then it will contain the gradient of 2/3. So I replace m by 2/3 like that. And now all I need to find out is what b is. So to find b, all I need to do is substitute in the point that it passes through, which in this case is 3, -4. So x is 3, y is -4. So here's y is -4, and I'll get 2/3 times by 3 plus b. When I multiply 2/3 with 3, that gives me 2 just by cancelling out the 3's. Solving this equation by subtracting both sides by 2, okay, is -6 would equal to b. So now once I've got b, I can put this back into this equation where I found m already. So that completes my equation. And so therefore y would equal to 2/3 of x minus 6 instead of the b there. And that is our equation of that line. Now let's have a look at an example where it's perpendicular to another line. So I've got an equation which is 4/3 of x plus half. Let's see what this kind of looks like. The gradient in this case is 4 over 3. Okay, I'm just going to write that down. So m1 is 4 over 3, where we rise by 4 and we run by 3. And our y-intercept here is half. Okay, so if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, then half will be midway between 0 to 1. So that's right there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to run by 3 and rise by 4, or the other way around. Doesn't matter. So if this is 0.5 so far, if I rise by 4, it will be at 4.5. Okay, so basically I'm going to rise by 4, so that's 4.5 right there. So from that point, I need to run by 3. So my next point that I have to plot is here. Now, keeping in mind that you don't have to write this down at all. This is just for contextual reasons. Right there. So the equation of this line that I just drew is 4/3 of x plus half. But we're trying to find the line that's perpendicular to it. So it meets at 90 degrees and passes through -4, -2. So -4, -2 means 4 to the left, right there, and 2 down. Okay, so there's that point there, -4, -2. If I have a line that is perpendicular to that, that means it crosses at 90 degrees, like this. So the purple line is the equation that I'm finding. We know that y equals to mx plus b. But the thing is, if the gradient of m1 the equation of this line is 4 over 3, then the gradient of this line will be the negative reciprocal of this. So if you flip that around, m2 would equal to negative 3 over 4. Okay, so I reverse the sign from positive also to negative as well, and that goes right there. So y equals negative 3/4 of x plus b. And our next step is to find our y-intercept, and that is simply by substituting in our point that passes through, which is x and y. That's right there. So I'm going to substitute in y as -2 and our x value as -4. When I multiply these two numbers together, okay, that 4 on the bottom cancels out with that 4, okay, but you got a -3 times a negative left, which is going to be a +3. You can check that on a calculator. And then we subtract both sides by 3. So that cancels out. So therefore, -2, -3 is -5. That's equal to b. So now that we found out b as -5, we put that back into the equation here. So that y equals to -3/4 of x minus 5.